Hello. It is Kitchen Counter Oracle at the end of this hump day. This will be my take 2 for Cancers. This will be a full moon expose for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Midhaven, South Node, Stellium. This could be you. This could be the cross watcher. Don't know. Don't care. I'm just reading the energy at present. This is take 2 because I got to thinking, it's just like, yeah, I don't need to do the first one. I'm going to get my ass killed. If you catch my drift. Yeah. Somebody here did not understand the emotional impact that something would have on somebody. They thought because they were family and whatnot, they would always have a place in somebody's life. But when you cause an emotional nightmare in somebody's life, like they're not looking at what was done. They are looking at how it affected them emotionally. Did it hurt their feelings? Did it help build a relationship? I mean, because relationships take work, even if it's family. There needs to be some reciprocity. And so on down that line, like the wonders of reciprocity. Like you want someone to bond with you, you need to communicate that you would like to hang out. You want to meet up for coffee. Again, reciprocity. Relationships take work. And so on down that line. And somebody thought that because they're family, it's just they didn't have to do anything. You're always going to be there. You're not going to cut anybody off. And so on down that line. And I mean, it's like, I'm sorry, do what? Because there's people who think, again, that because they're family, they can just talk to you any old kind of way. And that's not the case. But every now and then we have some relatives that get a little envious and jealous of each other. And I don't know what it was, but for some reason, I have a cousin in particular that just always wanted to beat me at shit. And it's like, bitch, I'm practically a decade older than your ass. What in the entire fuck? Right? There's always somebody or something that takes the word competition a little too far. Not everything is a competition. Like life milestones like that, especially when you have that large of an age gap, that shouldn't be a competition. It shouldn't. And people, if you're like me, you have not had an easy time with dating, period, point blank. You can't be in a relationship just to say you're in a relationship. It needs to be special. It needs to have meaning. The feelings need to be organic and not forced. Because the only thing worse than settling is being the one that was settled for. And I've been the one that was settled for a couple of times. One of them was definitely a rebound, and I promise you, it's the worst feeling ever. It is the worst feeling. And it gets to a point where if things just if they're not emotionally fulfilling for me, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Because sacrificing my needs isn't paying my bills. It's not contributing to my 401k. It's not paying my utilities. It's not buying my groceries. It's not putting gas in my car. It's not paying my car note. It's just making me burn out faster. And I think the thing is when you are deliberately trying to play God in a person's life, and dare I say sacrifice a person's love life so a person in your own branch of the family can have something, I'm going to tell you this here and now. There is a cost to everything. And the problem with karmics is they're always thinking like monetary cost. Whenever you are sacrificing a person's love life, you don't always have to kill them. Like you can just sacrifice their finances, their marriage, them having a baby. It's always like little things like that. Because energetically, people like me are a powerhouse. We are a feeding source to vampires. We are worth more alive than dead, because the second we flatline, that energy goes bye-bye. But the thing is, when you are sacrificing a person's their chance to get married and have a family and stuff like that, that has a cost. Because you know how they say it costs to be the boss, right? Well, guess what? I'm using myself as an example, because this actually did occur. You're sacrificing my love life so someone else can have it. The cost is your actual relationship with me. So say you're my aunt and you did it for your daughter. The payment is the relationship I used to have with my aunt. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing between us now. There's no bond. There's no nothing. Right? Everything has a consequence, good or bad. And the thing is, like, if a person tries to sacrifice my stability to build up their own, well, guess what? Any chance of us working together as business partners, for example, it's out the window. It's out the window. Like, it really is some Rumpelstiltskin shit at the end of the day. Because stuff like that is not free. It's going to cost you something, and 90% of the time, it's going to be the very thing you think will not affect you. Oh, yeah. It really does cost you something. Because it gets to a point in life where you start to see who and what the problem really is. And my thing is, I am a believer in cutting the head of the snake off. Because if you just cut the tail off or cut in the middle, that snake can still turn around and bite you. If you cut off the head of the snake, it can't cause any more damage. And my thing is this: if people truly loved you like they say they do, they will never jeopardize and or compromise the relationship you already have. And my thing is this, and people cannot just avoid me out of guilt. They have to attack me. They have to call me everything but a child of God. Use me as some verbal, emotional punching bag, because stabbing me, like, it's their way of trying to make themselves feel good about betraying me, stabbing me in the back, this, that, and the third. But at the same time, it's like, all right, fuck you too, bye. Bye. There's a door, bounce. You leave, you're gone. And that's what people do not realize. It gets to a point where we just say, okay, fuck it. And I'm about to cut this off because this rain is getting heavier and it's going to take over the sound. But yeah, they got washed out. The people who do these types of things really do get washed out. And with that, everyone enjoy themselves and have a happy Valentine's Day.